I went busking this afternoon in Newtown. It's always a thrill a minute to go busking in Newtown. So anyway, I set up opposite the train station. There's a bit of a plaza there. I call it Hobo Alley because there's always like a few down and outers that are there. They enjoy my music, so I enjoy playing to them. Anyway, today there weren't many people there. There was one guy that was passed out on the bench and another guy sitting next to him. So I thought, oh well, let's get into it. So I start playing halfway through the second song, and then the guy who's lying down, who's seemingly asleep, starts having a seizure. So I'm thinking, oh, this doesn't look good. And the guy sitting with him was completely clueless, tried to like make him sit up and cradled him, and thinking that's not what you do if someone has a seizure. So anyway, after the song I went over and I said, so do you know what's the story with this guy? He says, yeah, I can't get him to wake up. I'm thinking, this isn't looking good at all. So anyway, so I'm sort of calling to him and tapping him on the face and tapping his shoulders. He's completely unconscious. He's breathing, but he's unconscious. So thinking, well, I need to call the ambulance. So ring 000, and the first thing that I'm thinking is this guy is possibly got diabetes. He was looked Aboriginal of appearance, was a bit sort of overweight. So I'm thinking, man, he's probably got diabetes and he's probably hypoglycemic. So and that's probably why he's had the seizure. So I ring the 000, and they talk me through and check his breathing and get all the details. And they say, oh, yeah, there'll be an ambulance there shortly. So I was talking to them on the phone for 10 minutes, and like a full 10 minutes, and they kept monitoring him. Giving guidance to make sure that he's still all right. And then a couple of police officers turn up, and so I think, well, they're police officers, and they gave me the assurance that they knew what they were doing. The first thing they do is they start trying to pick the guy up and make him sit up. So this guy's completely unconscious, and they've got him sitting where he's nearly fell over a few times, thinking, what are you guys doing? And meanwhile, while all this is going on, everyone, just bystanders, just no one stops. Everyone's just walking by. I'm just thinking. And then there's signs up around saying, no racism allowed, no racism in Newtown. Thinking, you're all a pack of racists, because you're walking by, you're thinking, oh, this guy looks Aboriginal, so he's a drunkard and he's just passed out. I'm thinking, no, he's not. He's not well. It could be anything. That's all an assumption. It's all a judgment. Anyway, the police were there with him for probably about another 10 or 15 minutes. So it must have taken 25 minutes for the ambulance to finally get there. And eventually, when the ambulance officers got there, they put him in recovery position and put him on the stretcher and took him off to hospital. But it's a thrill a minute in Newtown, even when you go busking.